Who is better between two of the most talked about players in the game right now, Connor Bedard or Connor McDavid? It is an ongoing subject that has inspired endless arguments among hockey fans. On the one side, there is the already renowned McDavid, who is renowned for his breakneck speed and unmatched ability to produce moves that baffle even the most seasoned defenders. On the other hand, there is the young and charismatic Bedard, whose skill as a multi-positional player and defensive behemoth is turning heads and making many question if he is the genuine deal. Who is the greater player and what distinguishes them from one another? Hello sports fans, we're going to get into the ongoing argument over who the two best hockey players of all time, Connor Bedard and Connor McDavid, are today. Who is superior between these two players who have swept the hockey world off their feet? Let's examine it. Speaking of Connor McDavid first, after being selected as the first overall by the Edmonton Oilers, Connor McDavid quickly became a household name in the NHL during the 2015-2016 campaign. He was heralded as the upcoming greatest hockey sensation at the age of just 18, and he didn't let anyone down. Despite playing in only 45 games during his first season due to injuries, McDavid amassed 48 points. It was evident that he was a force to be reckoned with after he won the Calder Memorial Award as the NHL's outstanding rookie. McDavid kept making an impression in the years that followed. With an amazing 100 points in just 82 games, he captured the Art Ross Award as the NHL's top scorer in his second season. Becoming the first player since Jaromir Jagr to win the prize in back-to-back seasons, he followed that up with another Art Ross trophy during the 2017-18 season. Even though he was sidelined for a substantial portion of the 2018-19 season with an injury, McDavid topped the NHL in points per game. Due in major part to his speed and agility, McDavid has remarkable skill on the ice. As one of the fastest skaters in the NHL, he can easily weave in and out of traffic. He also has excellent puck handling skills and is able to make plays that other players are simply not capable of. It's simply amazing how well he sees the ice and how he uses the puck. The fact that McDavid hasn't been able to guide the Edmonton Oilers to victory in the postseason is one of the knocks leveled at his game. Only once in McDavid's career has the team qualified for the postseason, and that time they lost in the opening round. Hockey is a team sport, and one player can only accomplish so much. It's crucial to remember that. The fact that McDavid's team hasn't had much success in the playoffs should not be used to discredit his accomplishment on an individual level. Let's now focus on Connor Bedard. Bedard, who is only 16 years old, is already drawing comparisons to McDavid for his exceptional ice hockey skill. He was given extraordinary status by Hockey Canada, enabling him to be selected in the WHL draft at the age of just 15. He was chosen by the Regina Pats as the top pick in the 2020 WHL Bantam draft, and he's already had a significant impact on the league. Despite the WHL's regular season being cut short due to the COVID-19 epidemic, Bedard had a productive rookie campaign with the Regina Pats, scoring 28 points in just 15 games. Several people think he has the potential to be even better than McDavid, and he's already being spoken about as a potential first overall choice in the 2023 NHL entry draft. What distinguishes Bedard from McDavid then? His outlook and work ethic are two things. Bedard, a self-described gym rat, is renowned for his commitment to working out and raising his level of play. He has earned the respect of his coaches and fellow players since he is a fantastic teammate and a natural leader. Bedard has a reputation for having extraordinary speed and talent on the rink. He is adept at making plays at breakneck speed and is a master of setting up goals for himself and his teammates. He is a fantastic passer as well and can set up his teammates with ease. It's crucial to remember that Bedard is still quite young and that his hockey career has only just begun. Although it's impossible to predict how his career will progress, from what we've seen so far, Bedard's prospects are promising. Bedard differs from McDavid in part because he can play various positions. Bedard has played both center and wing in his short career, demonstrating his versatility and adaptability on the ice, in contrast to McDavid, who is primarily a center. In the NHL, where teams are constantly looking for players who can play many roles, this can make him an even more valuable player. Bedard could be able to outperform McDavid in this regard as well as because of his defensive skills. McDavid is well known for his attacking skills, but he hasn't always been known for his being a good defender. On the other side, Bedard has already demonstrated in his brief career a good defensive game. He can make shrewd defensive plays and even force turnovers because of his ability to read the ice well and anticipate his opponent's movements. It's important to note that the two players' approaches to the game differ significantly in a few important ways. McDavid is renowned for his speed and for his extraordinary agility and acceleration, both of which he uses to set up scoring opportunities. He is a born playmaker who constantly looks to set up his teammates and open up scoring chances. In contrast, Bedard is a more complete player who can make an impact in every facet of the game. He skates with strength and agility and has good speed, but he's also a great passer and shooter who can open up scoring opportunities for himself and his teammates. He is a sharp player who has a solid sense of the game and uses the puck proficiently. The two players' playing styles should also be taken into account when comparing them. McDavid is renowned for his flamboyant, high-speed style, which frequently entails producing highlight reel moves and skating circles around defenders. Bedard, on the other hand, is a more reliable, consistent athlete who prioritizes making wise decisions and performing the little things correctly. Although he isn't as showy as McDavid, he still has his own unique style of effectiveness. Of course, it's critical to keep in mind that we're contrasting two players who are at various stages of their careers. While Bedard is still growing in the WHL, McDavid has already established himself as an NHL sensation. It's possible that Bedard won't live up to the expectations, or that McDavid will continue to develop and solidify his place among the all-time greats. The next great hockey superstar might, however, be Bedard, who has a chance to exceed McDavid. It will be quite interesting to see how his career progresses over the ensuing years, because he most definitely has the talent. There is no objective answer to the question of who is superior between Bedard and McDavid. While Bedard is still growing and has yet to leave his impact at the professional level, McDavid is already regarded as one of the top players in the NHL. Yet given what we've seen thus far, it's obvious that Bedard has the ability to be a very exceptional player, and it will be fascinating to watch how his career progresses over the coming years. Connor Bedard and Connor McDavid are both tremendously talented hockey players who have bright careers ahead of them. While we may never fully resolve the argument over who is the greater player between the two, one thing is for certain: neither player can be compared to the other in terms of ability. It's intriguing to contrast their playing approaches and evaluate their advantages and disadvantages, and we can't wait to see what they each bring to the ice in the years to come. At the end of the day, it's critical to recognize both athletes for their distinct talents and contributions to the game. While Bedard is just getting started and has the potential to be a generational talent, McDavid is already a superstar and a future member of the Hall of Fame. It is ultimately up to each individual to decide which player is superior, but there's no doubt that both are tremendously talented and entertaining to watch on the ice. The skill and tenacity of its players ultimately capture our attention, and Bedard and McDavid are two standout instances of how this is done in hockey. There is no disputing that every time these guys step onto the ice, we are witnessing something exceptional, regardless of whether you are an ardent supporter of one of these players or simply appreciate watching great hockey. Thank you for watching, and please let us know who you believe is the better player in the comments. And as always, continue to have fun with the game.